It's pretty easy to upgrade the performance of your 70 series, but how well does it brake after all those performance upgrades and all the added weight from overlanding? Welcome to Get Out Go, I'm Christoph, and today we'll be upgrading the brake system on my 79 series.
We subject our overlanding rigs to every type of terrain. We add lots of weight and boost the performance, but will it stop in an emergency? It's time to bring my 79's brakes into the 21st century by upgrading to Powerbrake. Powerbrake designs and manufactures brake upgrade kits for 4x4 vehicles. Their X-Line 4x4 big brake kits feature direct technology transfer from race brake systems that have been used in the likes of the infamous Dakar Rally. WR Off-Road kindly assisted with the install of my Powerbrake upgrade. There are 170 dealers worldwide that can assist you with yours, or you can even install it yourself if you have the necessary skills. I'm installing the X-Line Big Brake Stage 2 kit. This consists of upgraded discs, calipers and pads. This is the new 16-inch kit, which allows me to retain my original 16-inch rims on 33s. There is also quite a bit of weight reduction in changing to this brake kit, both sprung and unsprung weights. The installation's pretty straightforward and the kits come with very detailed instructions.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we are visiting Powerbrake. I wanted to have a look at upgrading the landcruiser's brakes. So we'll discuss a little bit about the product and why you should do it. I'm joined here by Clive from Powerbrake. Thanks very much for having us.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Cool. So maybe let's kick off with who is Powerbrake?
So the company was started in 2004 by myself. My whole family was involved in the automotive brake business, and I always took an interest in the performance side of things. In the early years, we focused on all sorts of race disciplines and high performance disciplines, so circuit racing, rally, etc. Some years in, the 4x4 community came knocking. A lot of our customers were having problems with heavy weight in vehicles, brake performance issues, and we started getting heavily involved in manufacturing, designing 4x4 brake upgrade systems. By the year 2017, we were being pulled in a lot of different directions, operating in every form of motorsport, and we actually took a key directional decision to focus solely on the 4x4 overland community. And since then, that is exactly what we've done. So at the moment, we have no doubt the widest range of brake upgrade systems for 4x4 vehicles on the world market. We are still involved heavily in off-road racing, rally raid, which there is a direct technology transfer, of course, down to our civilian systems. But yeah, essentially brake upgrade systems for 4x4 vehicles.
Awesome. So if I've got an adventure vehicle, so whether I'm a weekend warrior and I like to do rock crawling or I'm an overlander, why should I upgrade my brakes?
So I think we get this question a lot. So I think if we look at factory brakes, obviously an automotive manufacturer has to design a brake system that covers a lot of areas. It's got to work for the average driver of their product. And of course, there are cost implications. So there's a reason why high performance and supercars cost what they do. They get to put higher level componentry on them. So make no mistake, the vehicles are homologated with factory brakes. They work for the average user of the vehicle. Our customers tend to be users that are either adding excessive weight to GVM and beyond, or driving in a very spirited way, or a lot of specialty markets such as light fire trucks, ambulances, possibly police pursuit vehicles on 4x4 chassis, etc. So where we come in is, especially in the overland community, big wheel and tire packages are terrible for brake performance, the weight being added, etc., etc. We're getting to a stage where customers come to us and they really aren't confident in their brake performance anymore. particularly down mountain passes, etc. So that's where you would now spend a little more and upgrade to suit the weight and the accessories you have in your vehicle.
Yeah. So now I've got an overland vehicle, I've added all this weight to it, I want to upgrade my brakes. What does a kit like this consist of? What sort of options do you have for that?
Okay, so there are two levels of kit that we supply. We call them D-line and X-line. The one retains the factory caliper on the car. It's a high-performance disc and pad kit. And we sell them in very large quantities, priced similar to factory brakes, but with a significant brake torque improvement and fade resistance improvement. And then there's big brake kits where typically the whole front brake system gets removed and replaced with a larger caliper, larger pads, larger discs with more advanced cooling vane designs. So essentially, which works for which part of the market? Heat is the enemy, or excessive heat is the enemy in 4x4 heavy vehicle braking. So if you're driving a mid-weight vehicle, a daily commuter, possibly a workhorse that you use commercially, our D-line disc and pad kits are usually more than enough. If you're getting to large overland builds where a lot of weight has been added, or of course specialty applications like light fire trucks, ambulances, then really the big brake kit offers much more thermal capacity. So the two work. The lower level disc and pad kit is components that can run at higher temperatures and be happy. The big brake kit massively reduces the temperature.
Okay, great. And if I now want to buy one of these kits, can I fit it myself? Do I have to go to a dealer? How does that usually work?
The kits come with extensive fitment and bedding instructions. We have customers all over the world who fit them no problem on their own, if you have basic skills with tools and fitment. We also have a worldwide dealer network of about 170 dealers at the moment. So in most markets, big 4x4 markets, there will be a dealer near to you. In certain areas, the US, Southern Africa, we will also supply direct to end user. And really we do that in case you're in an outlying area not close to one of our dealers.
Yep. Okay, so now I've purchased, say, an X-line brake kit. I've installed it. Is there any sort of thing special I need to do once I've done that?
So there are two things we'd like to recommend. There is a bed-in procedure, which usually takes about 100 miles or 150 kilometers. It's very clearly defined. It's not difficult to do. Unfortunately, with brakes, it's not similar to, say, fitting a performance exhaust or a flash tune, where you see an immediate improvement as you get in the car. It takes a couple of weeks and you'll feel the performance come up. That applies to OE brakes as well. So there is a bed-in procedure. And then finally, we do recommend after driving for that bed-in period, just doing a quick service bleed. There's a very small tolerance between pistons and bores in new calipers, and it's sometimes tricky to get all of the air out of the caliper in the initial bleed. So if you, after the bed-in procedure, just do a very quick service bleed, the pedal will really come up to you and you'll get the maximum modulation and feel.
Yeah. And through the lifetime of this kit, can I replace it with different pads? Is it specific pads?
So we do not manufacture pads. It's the only thing in the kit that we source in. However, we work with some of the world's top pad manufacturers. We've very carefully selected the pad compounds. So we recommend, if you can, stick with the Powerbrake pads that we recommend. Having said that, we specifically designed all of our 4x4 calipers around a pad that you can find in a spares outlet. And typically it would be in a compound designed for a performance automotive, so it would be a high performance pad. We do have a lot of customers doing transcontinental trips, often 2 years in duration, and often they will carry a spare set of ours, but you will not be stuck without pads.
Perfect. So I think the safety aspects of this is very clear. How does this affect me driving this vehicle? What does it feel like?
Yeah, so to your first point, the safety aspect, which is possibly where most customers approach us initially, let's unpack that a little bit. We sometimes get the question, if I can lock my tires with the factory brakes, why would I go more friction? So to answer that question, without getting too technical, it's all about area under the graph. So our systems are tuned to avoid early lockup, but to give you maximum brake torque throughout the braking cycle. So typically in our own in-house testing with telemetry equipment, we will deliver a shorter stopping distance in a single emergency stop, but where the difference really comes in is sustained continuous braking. driving down mountain passes, etc. So that's the safety aspect. In terms of the driver enjoyment, which is probably the less obvious aspect, we often internally refer to live and dead parts. So the oil filter manufacturers probably won't enjoy this comment, but we see a dead part as something you put on your car, and the next time you drive the car, it doesn't significantly change your driving experience. So the oil filter may allow your motor to last longer, but you don't feel that. When we get to what we call live parts, brakes, suspension, tires, you can significantly alter your driving experience, the fun you have while driving the car, and the confidence you have in your car. And often with feedback from our customers, that is what they enjoy most, is that they can go on these trips, be going down mountain passes, and where in the past they were losing confidence, having brake fade issues, they get that confidence and driver enjoyment back. The kind of testing we do continuously in-house, we'll do crazy things like go to test centers and take a Ford Raptor and take it to 160 k's an hour, brake it at maximum G down, and do this for 60 kilometers in a row, so that our overland customers will never get there and they can be confident that they're never going to run out of brakes.
Perfect. So I think lastly, what's the sort of future hold for Powerbrake at the moment?
Well, at the moment, we've been seeing very significant growth over the last few years. Worldwide demand has been great. We're busy expanding into our third factory unit, and quite exciting technology going in there, first for the African continent, where we're going to be using 5-axis supercells, which machine days, nights, weekends unattended, and we really had to invest in that level of technology to keep up to demand.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for coming around.
Safe to say I was very impressed with the skills, technology and quality control applied in producing these brake kits, all proudly designed and manufactured right here in South Africa. These brake upgrades might not seem as cool as a huge lift and bigger tires, but you'll be very happy to have them when you have to come to a sudden stop. So this is a pretty pertinent moment. We've been waiting for months for this. So we're about to open our new camper. Let's go have a look.